Spirit woke me up from my nap to come outside and deliver this message. So this one is definitely for someone or someone who need to hear it. And I am just so grateful that I get to be a conduit, a channel, and a messenger for the divine to you. I have this feeling, and I just keep hearing in my head that things are about to get so beautiful. Things are about to get so pretty for you, but first they must get ugly. And I don't mean that to scare you, but I just mean that to let you know that there is a certain element of introspective work that is necessary for you to cross the threshold into your next, into your new, and into your now. And the theme that keeps like whispering in my ear is shadow work, shadow work. Tell them to do the shadow work. And I know that this is something that, is not new, especially like if you're into like the wellness and the spirituality and the self-improvement of things you've probably heard. Shadow work, maybe you haven't. Shadow work can mean a lot of different things and it looks different for different people. But shadow work essentially is going into the deep, dark parts of your psyche, of yourself, of your body, and identifying the things that are subconscious or hidden fears, the things that cause resistance, the things that limit you in any sense of the being, the things that may have been instilled in you or passed down to you generation to generation. One of the biggest pillars of resistance that I teach my women and my clients is shame. And I will probably make a whole nother separate video about shame, but I definitely do want to touch on shame because shame is one of the lowest, if not the lowest vibrating frequency. Nothing good really can come from shame. I mean, you can alchemize it. Clearly, you can transmute it, yes. But to just dwell in shame, to harbor shame, to be ridden with shame it makes you too heavy and it makes you too low to move through the threshold, because I know a lot of people are into like manifesting and quantum leaping, and I'm so excited and so grateful that the collective has shifted into the time where these are just common terminologies. And if it's not, welcome to my page where I kind of just break down these things. I have channeled messages. I teach body and mind coherence through different flows, releasing trauma, fascia relief, nervous system regulation, and those things. But not to get too off track, shame keeps you heavy. Shame is heavy. Shame is hard, but shame is ever changing. Shame is able to change the ways in which it rears itself in your reality, right? Shame is like, think of like a muck, like a black tar, sticky muck. That is what I visualize when I think about shame, because shame sticks on everything and it shows itself in everything that you do. And it can do it so covertly in ways that you don't even realize until you start having these confrontations with shame, until you start addressing shame. One of the things that really led me through my 40 days and 40 nights is what I like to call it. Some people call it the dark night of the soul. Was I began to have conversations with these emotions head on instead of just like kind of brushing them under the rug. Baby, we lifted up all the rugs. We pulled out all the dirt, all the dust, all the uglies, all the things that I had been hiding in myself, from myself, had to come to the front. Because whenever you hide from the things that you're not proud of, the things that make you insecure, the things that you try to act as if they don't exist, the things that trigger you so you kind of tiptoe around them. When you hide from them, you actually enable them to have so much more power and ammunition over you. And whenever you start to do the shadow work of confronting these things, and that looks like a lot of different ways, which I will break down in a second, but when you lean into them and you move towards the thing that you've been running from, they get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Like, rather than letting this thing walk you like a dog and it dictates how you move, how you show up, how you speak, how you express yourself, you put it on a leash, and then you walk it, you tame it, you tame the uglies. And that's what I mean by things have to get a little ugly before they get beautiful. Because when you do this, when you become the victor of your situation rather than the victim, you're so much more equipped for your expansion. Because a lot of us might know too well of what it feels like to, you start getting momentum, you start building momentum, things are like snowballing, it's getting bigger, you're getting noticed, people are seeing you do your thing, and then boom, self-sabotage, overthinking, contemplating if you're doing the right thing, this random wave of confusion that's not really confusion, it's just trying to derail you. If you've ever felt that, or if you've ever felt like you've been reading the books, you've been manifesting, you've done the vision board, you do the things, but you still keep hitting a wall of resistance, this is the work that I am speaking on that's going to actually help you transform and shift through. Because mind over matter, but matter is still important. And that's why I love to talk about mind and body coherence. When your mind and body become one, you really do become unstoppable, because the mind can think one thing, right? But if your body is too heavy to move, if your body does not feel safe embodying it or moving into the trajectory that your mind is moving forward into, you're going to hit walls of resistance. You're going to feel stuck. And the shadow work that I have been teaching my clients is not just mind. In your mind, it's not just the self-concepts, it's not just the limiting beliefs, which are a very, very, very big part of the work. You also have to get into your body. Your body is not just a meat suit like you might have been taught or has been illustrated to you. Your body is ancient, like bodyware, it's technology. Your body is, it holds your memories, it holds your wisdom, it holds light codes, it holds ancestral wisdom and knowledge. Like, your body is so intuitive, and it's so much more advanced than we've allowed ourselves to believe for a while. That's why they say, like, trauma stores in the hips. And when you start doing the somatic movements, when you start opening up the hips, when you start releasing your fascia, you will really connect with this message. You will feel like, oh wow, I'm feeling something. I'm feeling something in my body. And what I'm feeling in my body is now connecting with my mind. Because a lot of times we have been like ruminating in old loops and old cycles, and the body is just constantly scanning itself of what it's been used to printing or what it's been storing deep in your tissues. So sometimes you might think that like you thought yourself into a bad mood, but your body is actually the one signaling to your mind, hey, remember this feeling? This is a feeling that we keep right here, or this is how we brace ourselves to protect ourselves, because the body wants to protect you, but you have to actually teach the body and allow the body to teach you how to move through these things. So the shadow work is very important, because shame is a lie. You don't need shame. You don't need shame to have moments of accountability. You don't need shame to have awareness. You can have all of those things without the shame. And once you start leaning into the shame and dismantling it and freeing yourself, it's very seldom that anything or anyone can make you feel ashamed of who you are, of what you've been through, of what you dream of the visions, of the messages, of the art, of the story, of the creations that you have been brought here to create. And that's why when I do have these like one-on-ones with my clients, like shame, like so very often do we as women especially carry the shame of our for our founding mothers, our mothers that came before us. A lot of the shame that you might carry, a lot of shame you might embody in your womb, in your shoulders, in your hips, very much could be your mother's shame, or her mother's shame, or her mother before her shame. But luckily, here we are in a day and age where we have awareness, where we have tools, where we have the freedom to start exploring these things and liberating ourselves in ways that they couldn't. And that's why it's like your freedom is your privilege. Your joy is your privilege. Your healing is your privilege. So when you do these things, you do them and you start in you, but you are doing them and it's bigger than you. And I just feel like someone needs to hear that. Like, your healing is bigger than you. Like, one of my personal testimonies is when I started really integrating myself into the body work, into the fascia relief. Fascia is it's a network that runs from head to toe, wrapped all the way around your body, and it holds energy. It holds your memories. It holds your experiences. It holds your ancient wisdom, quantum knowledge. Like, fascia is what people, I think, have thought muscles are. Like when they say you hold it in your body, the fascia is what is actually holding that for you. And we can get more into that a little bit later. But when I started going deeper into the fascia work and learning how to stretch my fascia to release it, learning how to stretch my fascia to let go of the things that no longer served me, not only did I stretch physically, I stretched spiritually, and I stretched mentally. Regulating your nervous system is something that I talk about and I'm so passionate about, because it's more than just feeling calm in your body. That's a big part of it, but nervous system regulation is actually going to be a tool that helps you ascend in your consciousness. When you start to regulate your nervous system, you regulate your body, and you stretch your capacity. When you stretch your capacity and you now are able to hold the more, when you're now able to hold the version of yourself that you've been scripting, the version of yourself that you've been manifesting, now you're able to embody it. You're able to be it. You're able to hold that frequency and that space and that resonance in your body safely. And that's why I'm so passionate about nervous system regulation, because it's so drastically changed my life firsthand, and it's helped me help others change their lives drastically, right? When I started doing deep fascia relief right here in my left shoulder, for those of you who don't know, the left side is your feminine energy, your maternal energy. The side that you receive with. Your right side is your masculine energy, your paternal energy, and the side that you give with. When I started opening up my channels to receive, when I started dismantling the shame that was handed to me, the shame that I had accumulated, it was very, very, very emotional, you guys. And that's something about this work. I wept. I cried harder than I think I've ever cried in my life. And I was having audible messages, and I was seeing visions in my head, and I was crying, and out loud I was verbalizing the pain that I was releasing, right? Because it really is that deep. And I was watching it was like a podcast interview about someone who specializes in fascia work, and she says the issues are in the tissues, and if she had one word to describe fascia, it would be quantum, because this is truly how you're able to allow yourself to vibrate on a different frequency. This is truly how you're able to get your body to catch up to speed so that you can jump through. Like when people are talking about quantum entanglement and quantum mechanics, and how there's infinite versions of you that exist, and there's a version of you that is out there in the 4D, in the 5D, that is living the life that you are calling, the life that you are yearning, the life that you are deserving of. But doing the mind and body work is what's going to help you shift into that, because you can decide it in your mind, right? You can decide it in your mind, and you can collapse time just like this. But if your body is too heavy to make the leap with you, that's where the resistance comes from. That's where the double-mindedness comes from. And once you start hitting that resistance, that's where the doubt, the limiting beliefs, the anxieties, the confusion and all of those other feelings, that's when they start to rear themselves. That's when they start to show themselves again, right? Because they're embedded in the body. And yeah, that's the message that's coming through to me. It's time to do the work, and you've been doing the work. I know a lot of you have been doing the work, or you might be new to this. You might be feeling like I need to change. I'm ready for the more. Like, I can't keep living in the way that I'm living. Your current reality may feel so exhausting, and a type of tired that sleep doesn't fix. Your current reality may feel excruciating. It might feel painful. It might feel like it's hurting you, because it is, because you've outgrown it, right? But now it's time to do the work to allow yourself to ascend into the life that you deserve and desire, because you were put on this earth to be, do, and have your very, very best. And now we have so much more access to these tools, to these knowledge, to this wisdom in order to do so. And this is the work that I'm so passionate about. This is the work that I'm so grateful to be able to teach and help you make the transitions possible. I'm trying to think if there's anything more that I'm getting in this message. I had a video recently went viral where I gave I gave 4 tips of how to drastically shift your trajectory. I keep scratching my nose because it's very green out here, and I think my nose is just like a little like ah. But I gave 4 tips, 4 of many tips, but these 4 tips will get the ball rolling. I encouraged the girls to look into one, fascia release, and start implementing these in your daily routines. Like, just how you floss and brush your teeth, you need to floss and brush your fascia daily. Another thing that I implored that the girls research is Qigong. Qigong is traditional Chinese medicine. Qi is your life force energy. Gong means movement. Movement of your life force energy. Movement through your meridians. Movement through your vessels, right? That goes back to the mind and body being coherent. The third thing that I implored is that we start drinking mostly hot or warm drinks. And granted, yes, it's summertime. Yes, it's hot. You might live somewhere where it's really warm or work outside. I'm not saying don't drink a nice cold drink. I enjoy a nice cold drink every now and again, but the importance of incorporating mostly warm or hot drinks, especially as women, is going to help you move the lymphs in your body, one, which is going to boost your vitality, boost your beauty, help you shed any unnecessary water weight so that you can feel physically lighter. You can flush the toxins in your body. You will literally start to glow from the inside out. Then you are also going to be drinking these warm drinks to warm up your womb. As women, it's very important that we keep a warm womb, that we keep that yin energy warm and moving, because your womb is a portal of creation, and not just creation of life, creation of ideas, creation of movements, creation of creation. Literally, this is your creative center. So you want to keep it nice and warm and vital and fertile. Another reason to drink warm drinks mostly is also it's going to help with your reproductive and your digestive health. It's going to help things flow better. Think of like pouring oil down a drain, right? If you pour some oil down a drain and then you run cold water right behind that oil, the oil's going to harden. It's going to harden and it's going to stick to the inside of that drain. So when you're drinking these warm drinks, what it's doing is it's helping let that oil, letting the food, letting everything just kind of like move through and flow through you so divinely. What was the 4th thing? Oh, and the 4th thing that I said was to make a time every single day where you can devote it to yourself, where you can sit with yourself, where you can call yourself back to yourself. And it can be at the end of your day, at the beginning of your day is when I usually will suggest it. And then also a 5th one, a bonus one, is ritualizing some of your daily activities. And what I mean by ritualizing it versus making it a routine, a ritual has a little bit more intention behind it, spiritual and energetic intention behind it. One of my favorite ones that I love to share is whenever you're making your coffee or having your tea, I want you to be so intentional in that moment. Put the phone phone down, take a deep breath. That's a good time to do some slight Qigong movements. I have videos posted on my YouTube and I have videos posted on my TikTok and Instagram as well that show you how to have just 1 to 3 minutes of mindfulness, and mindful movement can shift the trajectory of your day and shift the trajectory of your life, right? And like when you're making your tea, be so intentional with the tea that you pick that day. Is it green? Is it black? Is it peach? Is it hibiscus?